Hello. Oh, I'm so excited for today's masterclass. Hello. Welcome to everyone who is joining us live. And if you are watching the replay, just hang tight for a couple minutes as we let everybody hop on. If you need to go grab a coffee, circle back in 2 to 3 minutes for us to dive right into the slides. Ooh, I see some names popping up already. Hello, early birds. Rima, Dossie, Yolanda, Regina, Kathy, Melanie, Anna, Anna, Jen, Chelsea, Kim, Lisa, Haruka, Hillary, McCullough, Abby, Lucy, Tiffany, Stacy, Katharina. Hey guys, I just see your names popping in here. Oh my gosh, there's a whole second page of you. Hey Lionel, hi Hillary. As you guys are hopping in right now, I would love to know what your Instagram username is so we can say hi after. So drop that in the chat. Also, low-key want to, Insta stock all of your businesses and show some love and support. So make sure you drop your IG in the chat and then let us know where in the world you are tuning in from today. I am joining you all from Salem, Oregon today, but I know we have people all over the world. And then we're just waiting real quick for Jordan to hop on. So Jordan, if you are in here right now, just go ahead and say hi in the chat and I will bring you on as a presenter. Oh my gosh, you guys are so on it. I love it. Hey, Yolanda. Hi, Lisa. Kayla, Jasmine, Arena. You guys have such interesting names. Ishel? I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. That's a beautiful name. Samantha. Hi, Kyla. Hey, Christy. Christy, you're from Oregon, McMinnville. I am literally going to McMinnville later this evening to pick up a really cool furniture set that I found for a secret project I'm working on. So I'll be in your town. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm just looking. Oh, Jordan, I see Jordan's name. Okay, Jordan, I am adding you as a presenter. Hi, Floor. Kelly from Spain. Wow, hello. Thank you for joining us all the way around the world. Brittany from Vancouver, Washington. Another Pacific Northwest lady. I love it. Hey, Lucy from the Bay Area. Ooh, Shira, you're in Tel Aviv. Hello, hello. Abby from Canada. Love it. Okay, Jordan, let me know if you got the invite. I think I invited you as a presenter. So hopefully you'll be able to hop on and join us. There you are.
All right. I'm coming
in hot.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going, everyone? Hey, Ellen.
Hi.
So excited to spend some time with you this Wednesday evening.
I know. I'm so pumped too. And your hair is gorgeous. Did you recently color it? It looks darker.
You know what's funny? I think it's the lighting. Usually in my office, it's so bright that you can't tell really how dark my hair is. But
yeah,
no, I didn't dye it recently.
Oh, dark. Well, it looks beautiful, gorgeous.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello to everybody still hopping in. I'm just asking where you guys are tuning in from tonight or wherever. Maybe it's daytime for you if you're over on the other side of the world. And then let us know your Instagram handle too, because my team and I would love to Insta stock your, profiles and give you some love on your content. So we'll give it just like 30 more seconds for everybody to hop in, and then I will get right into the presentation because I want to make the most of our time together. And I super respect that you guys are setting aside an hour today for us to hang out. Jordan, anything you wanted to say to your people?
No, just keep up the chat. I know y'all are chatty Cathys, and I appreciate it. And definitely share what you find most helpful, takeaways, because again, hey Rima, hey everyone. Again, everyone can learn and grow together because, again, you may miss something really quick or, have to step away or whatnot. And I want everyone to be able to keep up because, again, yes, we only have an hour and Ellen is amazing and you may have your hands get tired. It is late in the day, so if you've been typing all day, it may get a little worse. But it's a lot of good stuff here tonight. I'm super excited to learn as well because Ellen is amazing at what she does, and that's why I was like, let's bring her into the community. So super, super excited.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for showing up today, you guys. It means the world. Also, just so you know, this is really live. I totally did a boo-boo right now. I went to go share the workbook with you guys and I hit delete file instead. So I'm just saying we're rolling with the tech. Dossie, can you please actually grab the view view link from Canva for Jordan's workbook and pop it into the chat for them. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, you guys. Hang tight. Dossie will pop the workbook in there for you guys. You can also download it and go back through it afterwards with the replay. So no worries there, but it will be in the chat in just a moment. Okay. Without further ado, thank you, Jordan, for inviting all your friends here. And let's get into today's presentation. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, let's see. Make sure I share the right window. All right, I will need your help real quick, you guys. Can you let me know if you see my slides on your screen? Give me a quick yes to confirm before I just start talking. Thank you, Dossie. My lifesaver. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to broadcast her comment. There's a workbook link for all of you. Okay, I see a bunch of yeses. Thank you so much. All right, so Jordan, feel free to hang out on camera, or if you want to turn it off until Q&A, totally up to you. But everyone else, hello. Welcome to our free masterclass, how to make your first $10,000 month from a one-on-one service without a large following or posting every day. I am so excited that you are here. And just to make sure, just to double check that you are in the right place, this training is for service providers, coaches, and creatives who want to scale their one-on-one service to 10K months and land dream clients at even dreamier rates. So if that is you, congratulations, you took the first step in getting here just by showing up today. This training is also perfect for you if you are tired of being price shopped by potential clients who ghost you or tell you things like, you're too expensive, I can't afford this. I don't know if any of you have experienced that before. And then this training is also for you if you want to stop obsessing over likes and followers and posting new content every day only to stay stuck at the same income level. Because that sucks, right? We're all told from all angles, you need to get better engagement. You need to grow your audience. And it can be so exhausting running on this content hamster wheel. So I'm going to show you how to get off that wheel today. And this training is also for you if you want a simple sales system. Now, obviously, you guys are here because you love Jordan, and Jordan is the queen of systems. Systems Saved Me is truly, an amazing bright light, I think, in our online business space. So here's another system to add to your business to really help you streamline what is working and actually bringing you income and clients. So we're going to give you this system that does not rely on growing your following, icky cold DMs, paying for expensive ads. Honestly, you don't even need a website to implement it. That is how simple it is. And then, of course, because I super value your time, this training is not for you if you want to scale a digital or physical product. So as much as I love my e-commerce people and all of my course creators, this training is specifically for entrepreneurs who sell a one-on-one service. So just making sure that you're here and that you are a service provider, creative, or consultant or coach. If you're trying to scale a course or a program, unfortunately, this is not the right training for you. Oh, okay. I see some people saying that they cannot download the workbook. Dossie is sending it again in the chat. So give it one more try. And if all else fails, we will send it to you via email tonight. How about that? So no stress. Either way, I promise you, you will get this workbook in your hands. Okay. Just for being here and for being Jordan's people, I wanted to give you guys an extra bonus gift. So I have two options for you. I need your help deciding which one you want. So the first option is a sales story shout out. And this is me giving your business a direct recommendation, a direct shout out, a plug to my entire community on Instagram of 25,000 plus people. So if you want to get eyes on your business and new client inquiries, I'd love to feature you and your business in an Instagram story and include a swipe up link to your website or a link of your choice if you don't have a website. And April is someone who actually took advantage of this sweet deal, and her website traffic went up by almost 4,000%. That is not an exaggeration. She said that was a real number on her Google Analytics. So if you want a sales story shout out, go ahead and type an A in the chat if you are claiming this as your bonus gift. Or option B for you, I have this IG growth audit. This is one of our best-selling programs that teaches you how to optimize your Instagram for conversions. And it includes 3 additional amazing bonuses. So we're going to teach you how to audit your Instagram engagement, your Instagram content, your bio, and your profile. So I'm curious, which of these gifts would you rather have? Give me A or B in the chat. And hang tight. Remember your answer for the end for how to redeem it. I will show you at the end how you can get your hands on the gift of your choice. So, okay, it's pretty much split. I see a lot of A's coming in, but I see some more B's sprinkling in now. Awesome. All right, so stay until the end to find out how to get your free fast action bonus. Thank you for choosing your gift. You can keep on typing that in the chat. So, real quick, I want to know, where are my people at? Who here is a fan of Gilmore Girls? Just give me like a virtual hand raise, give me a heart, something. I love this show. This is my all-time favorite show. I have seen it more times than I can count. I think I discovered it when I was 14. And this show, if you are also a fan, then of course you know and love these two ladies here on the screen, Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. And the reason I bring this show up is because I'm someone who likes to teach with analogies. So I'm hoping that this analogy kind of helps solidify some stuff in your brain. So if you are a fan of the show, then you probably also know and love this guy right here, Kirk. And Kirk is kind of, he's a comedic character in the show, right? He has a lot of running jokes, but one of the jokes on the show is that pretty much every time you see him on screen, he's doing a different job. In fact, I think there was an article that compiled all of the jobs that he had on the show, and they counted 66 different job titles. So Kirk is the perfect poster child for someone who lacks direction and a plan, so he gets sidetracked by all the wrong things. Oh my gosh, yes, I see some Gilmore Girls fans in here. Love it. Okay, so Kirk is the shiny object chaser, right? And the reason I bring him up is because when you are trying to reach an income goal, whether it's your first $10,000 month or another big income goal, there's really two ways for how you can approach this. And Kirk is someone who will spend months trying to grow his followers first, right? Because he's been told by everyone, you need to grow an audience, you need to grow an audience. So he is laser focused on, all right, let me increase my followers, let me grow my email list, let me do all the things to grow my audience first. But by doing so, he actually avoids ever selling his service. Kirk also feels super guilty if he doesn't post every single day. So he is burnt out from creating new content 24/7. Kirk also discounts his services or works for free to get experience and testimonials because he doesn't believe that he's qualified yet to charge clients or to really ask for the value of the work that he does. Kirk is also super confused when it comes to which marketing strategy will actually bring him consistent clients, because every time he hops on a blog or listens to a different podcast or gets someone else's email, it is telling him completely conflicting advice, right? So he tries all of them. He is creating reels, and he's podcasting, and he is sending out emails, and he dips his toe into paid ads, and he is trying blogging, and it is all super exhausting. I'm curious, you can be honest with me here. Anyone feeling a little bit like a Kirk right now? You can be real. There's no shame in that. I have been there. I'm pretty sure every single business owner has been somewhat of a Kirk at least one time in their journey, right? Tiki said Kirk stole my life. LOL. Okay, I'm glad you can relate. All right. So the good news, though, is that that's not the only way to scale a business, to scale your service to $10,000 months. And Rory is a perfect example of someone who does things completely differently. So Rory is someone I would call a marketing minimalist. I always joke that if Marie Kondo, I'm sure you guys know her, right? Her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, like blew up years ago. She has a Netflix show now and everything. But I always joke that if Marie Kondo were a marketer, it would be me. And not just because I'm Asian, but because I really believe that you shouldn't do things that don't bring you joy in your own business. You're the boss of your own business, right? So why are we doing all these marketing things that make us miserable? So Rory, when she approaches making her first $10,000 month, she actually starts by reverse engineering her path to that 10K with a game plan that is customized for her business. So instead of doing every copy paste guru tip or advice out there, she actually gets really clear on her own targets that are custom for her business. Rory also avoids the content hamster wheel at all costs, and instead she leverages a really amazing strategy that we call evergreen content. If this is your first time hearing of evergreen content, will you just let me know real quick in the chat? Just type something like first time or, new to evergreen content. We'll talk about it a little bit more later today, but I'm just curious how many of you are familiar with that concept. Rory also does not rely solely on her own audience for new leads and clients. So that means that she doesn't actually have to stress out about whether she has, only 50 followers or whether she has 500,000 followers. It's honestly irrelevant to her. So therefore, she is not phased by algorithm changes or trendy new marketing strategies. She doesn't try to keep up with the hype because it does not dictate her success in her business. Instead, Rory follows a system with 3 streamlined steps to generate consistent clients. And because she does that, she spends less than 30 minutes a day on social media to reach this goal. How amazing would that be if you could cut your time on Instagram to just 30 minutes or less each day? How much time would that save you? How much time would that give you back to do other things you love and to actually serve your clients well? So there's a choice, right? You can be Kirk, the shiny object chaser, or you can be Rory, the marketing minimalist. And again, this is a totally safe space, so you can share transparently where you're at today. If I asked you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how close are you to running your business like a Rory right now? So 10 being you're literally Rory's clone. You are Rory through and through, right? That would be a 10. 1 being you are the ultimate Kirk. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put yourself from Kirk being a 1 to Rory being a 10? Let us know in the chat, and I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Lisa says less than 30 minutes on IG sounds good. Yeah, it sounds pretty great, right? Okay, I see a lot of answers coming in. I see a bunch of 5s. Kyla says she's a 7. Jackie says she's a 3. Alexandra says she's a 1. Alexandra, shout out to you for being honest. I love it. Own where you are at. Samantha says 4. Kirsten says 4. Okay, Maggie says 8. Awesome. Thank you guys. So hold on to that number because I want to come back to this question later in our training. All right. Now, if we have never met before and you're like, who the heck is this girl even? I just showed up because Jordan is awesome. Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ellen Yin. Some of you may have heard of me before from my podcast. I host the Cubicle to CEO podcast. Some of you may have just seen me floating around the internet, maybe on your news feeds if my ad showed up. But I am here to bust through the mistakes that are holding you back from consistent clients and 10K months, right? And I really believe in being a practitioner of what I teach. So I'm not here to spout theory or to say, oh, I think this is how things are done. Everything I teach are strategies that I've actually utilized in my own business and successfully been able to replicate those results for other business owners. So you may have seen also some of my insights shared in publications like Forbes and Yahoo Finance, Thrive Global. I've spoken at Blog Her Business, the Online Business Association, all of these places. And I'm super excited to be able to share this hour with you today to get you closer to your 10K month. And I just want you to know, even though I've been in business for a few years now, I was once in your shoes and I really remember clearly what it felt like to be a Kirk. I was so burned out from creating new content every day and feeling pressure to grow my followers because that's what I was being told by everybody. But these were long-term strategies for future success. And I needed clients and cash flow now for my business to stay alive, right? So when people are telling you, hey, grow your audience, build your email list, create lots of content, all of that is amazing long term, right? Long term, of course, those things are going to move your business forward. Of course, they're going to build momentum. But the key factor that is missing here is time. It's time and patience, a lot of patience. And I know for you guys, if you are starting out as a business owner, what is oxygen to your business? Cash, right? Money. Even if you're not in business for the money, money is literally what keeps your business alive. And so you can't afford to sit around and wait for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year to finally grow your audience to a size where you can confidently and consistently land clients. You need clients and leads ASAP today, even if you don't have a large following. So that's what this training is all about. That's who this is for. So here's a real reason that copy paste guru advice fails. This is something that most educators in the space will probably never actually say out loud because it would cost them money, but it's so important that you know this. So most gurus don't tell you, right, that they have had massive success with the strategies they teach because they have large audiences, big ad budgets, and teams to leverage, right? Those 3 things. And when I was starting out years ago in early 2018 as a freelancer, as a solopreneur, I truly needed a system that was designed for small audiences because I didn't have an audience or one person operations because it was just me, myself, and I wearing all of the hats for 2 years and non existent ad budgets. In fact, for the first 2 years of my business, I didn't run a single ad. So all of my growth had to be from organic strategies. I needed a system that was built to work for someone like me who was still in the trenches of landing their first or next client. Is any of you are any of you having already this like kind of like moment of, I never even thought about it that way, but seeing everything that's out there and not realizing that there's this context that's missing, right? This missing piece of information that is crucial for you to actually filter any advice you receive from. So let me know if this is resonating for you. Okay, I see a yep from Yvonne. Awesome. Alexandra says, yep, yep. Exactly, Lionel. You are spot on there. Okay, so I already shared this, right? The consistent clients cash flow system was born out of that need. I created this system out of this need for something that I couldn't find, but I needed that framework because I didn't have another option. I couldn't rely on a team. I wasn't about to go into debt and borrow money for ads for an offer I wasn't even sure was going to convert. And I wasn't prepared to just let my business be at standstill while I grew my audience for the next 6 months, right? So the consistent clients cash flow system is the solution that I created to scale my one-on-one service to 6 figures in my first 12 months in business, while only posting a few times a month on my personal account of less than 3,000 followers at the time. So when I started my online marketing agency, when I was trying to get my first clients, I did not have, this amazing branded account that had all of these followers who were my perfect ideal clients. In fact, I just literally started posting on my personal account where everyone that followed me was just people that I knew from college or from high school or from my part-time jobs. So these were people who had been following me, some for years, because I posted fitness content. Like when I started out on Instagram in 2012, that is primarily what I posted about, was like my workouts and what I ate that day. And so it had nothing to do with my new business that I was starting. So I wanted to make sure that I could create a system that could sell to people that didn't already know me, that weren't already following me. So this allowed me to actually ditch that Kirk approach for good so that I could consistently book high quality retainer clients. That's so important, right? If you're doing great work for your clients, you want them to have a longer life cycle with you so that it's not just burn and churn. Now, of course, if you're doing Jordan's VIP days, then even better, you get to really help people in a single condensed moment in time and get the massive results, right? So I wanted to be able to work with my dream clients who happily paid. Okay, that's a typo. It's supposed to say 5-figure rates, not F-figure, 5-figure rates for my one-on-one service. And I have since grown my business to over $1 million in revenue, but I started exactly where you were, using the consistent clients cash flow system that I created when I was building my business from scratch. This is, again, so important. I just talked about context a moment ago. This is a system that I used when I had nothing, right? This is not a system that's working for me now because I have a team and I have ads and I have all this stuff. I wanted to make sure that whatever I teach you guys actually applies to where you are in your business journey right now. So my goal is to help you duplicate my results. And this is the system that we are going to be talking about today. And this system is going to work for you even if you're still working a 9-to-5 job and need help getting your first client for your brand new business. So even if you're someone who's just sitting here watching this and you're thinking, I have an idea for a service, I've never actually gotten a client, I've been kind of scared to put myself out there, this system can still work for you. Just like Aisha, she was someone who actually launched her Instagram coaching business this past summer. When she first started working with us, she literally had no business and she was able to book 4 paid clients in that first month. So if that's you, great. If you're someone who's a little further along, maybe you're already fully self-employed, you're working with a few clients, but you really want to charge more and grow to that next income level with consistent clients, this system also works for you. So Daily is a great example of that. She was already working with some clients for her Reiki healing practices, but she was having a hard time getting beyond, the couple $100 services. And through using the CCC system, she was actually able to now book $5,000 packages. So whether you're in Camp A or Camp B, the system can work for you. So I'm on a mission to help 500 women make their first $10,000 month with one-on-one clients this year. The question for you is, are you ready to be one of them? Now, of course, everything we teach is nothing is gender specific, right? But I just think that as women, so often finances can seem scary and seems like something that we don't talk about. So I really want to help more women really take control of their businesses and scale beyond their wildest dreams. So my question is, are you ready to be one of them? I want you to call your shot in the chat. So say, I'm ready. That is me. There is power in saying something out loud and actually declaring it to yourself and to other people that you are going to do this. So call your shot right now. Give me that commitment. Whoop, whoop. Cindy, Yolanda, Floor. Yes. Ariana, Tiffany. Awesome. All right. Before we dive into that system, which is going to be covered in the latter half of our training today, I want you to first get out of the client chasing cycle by going over 3 key mistakes that are keeping you stuck in that Kirk approach. So let's break down these 3 mistakes together. Go ahead and pull out your notebooks, pull out your workbooks if you were able to get access to it. If not, no problem. Again, we'll send it to you via email tonight. But let's start working through what is actually keeping you from getting to that point. And then let's talk about the system and how you should do it instead. Cool? Yvonne says, show me where the money resides. I love it. Okay, mistake number 1. You think you need a large following to book new clients. I want to know right now, before you came to this class, how many followers did you think you needed to make $10,000? Or maybe how many followers do you still think you need to make 10K? Let me know in the chat. All right, while you guys are dropping that in the chat, here's the problem. Popularity does not equal profitability. We were taught to believe that we need a large audience by gurus who use marketing strategies that were meant for high volume business models, like selling courses or selling physical products through an e-com shop, right? Totally different business models. But if you sell a one-on-one service, if you work with clients directly, you don't need 1,000 customers to make your first 10K month. In fact, I'd be willing to bet you probably don't want 1,000 clients. That would be insane. I have no idea how you would actually support that on a delivery side unless you had a massive team behind you, right? So you don't need the things that they're telling you that you need because your business doesn't match their business. So what you actually need are just a handful of dream, high-paying, quality clients. Yeah? So this means you don't need more followers. You need to get your content seen by the right people. And how do we define who the right people are? So the right people are people that I would identify as someone who is already problem aware, meaning that they are already actively searching for the solution to a desire or problem that your service fulfills. This is different than having to reach someone who doesn't even know that they are seeking a solution to a problem that you solve, right? It's so much harder to sell someone who's unaware. Someone who's already problem aware, they are eager to buy. They are just looking for the right service, the right solution. If you can place yourself in front of them and show why you should be their number 1 choice, it is an absolute no-brainer to work with you. So here's the secret. Influence is easier to borrow than it is to create. You really have 2 options when you are trying to generate traffic, generate visibility for your business, right? You can build your own audience first and then sell. But this, like we already addressed, this takes time, which you don't have if you're trying to keep your business alive and you're trying to get money through the door. You don't have all of this luxury of just wasting months and months trying to grow your audience, right? So that's option 1. And we've already decided that's not the best way to go. The second option is to sell by getting in front of other people's audiences and building your own audience in the process as a byproduct, but not as the main goal. Do you see the difference? If you are building your audience along the way, of course, that's a great thing. Like I said before, that's a great long-term strategy. But in the short term, when you need money and you need clients now, you need to be able to utilize faster traffic sources. So to really help you envision what that would look like, let me share this analogy with you, okay? So let's pretend let's pretend your business is a lemonade stand. And let's pretend that you put your lemonade stand in your neighborhood, okay? And in this analogy, just play along with me. Your neighborhood is like your Instagram account, right? So you have your business and you're selling it to your neighbors who are your followers because your neighborhood is your Instagram account. And when you wait to build up your own audience first, you are relying on selling to people who already know you. So let's pretend in this scenario that your mom comes by, she buys lemonade from you, and then your best friend stops by and she gets another glass. And maybe your favorite neighbor is strolling along with her dog and she's like, yeah, I'll have a glass of lemonade. But after those 3 people buy from you, what next, right? Are you going to wait until a new neighbor moves into your neighborhood before you can sell another glass of lemonade? Like, what if all of your other neighbors don't need lemonade or they have their own lemonade in their fridge? Imagine having to literally wait until a new person moved into your neighborhood, AKA a new person follows your account in order to make another lemonade sale. That sounds crazy in real life application, right? So why do we use this logic when we are selling online? It doesn't really make sense. So this is what a lot of people are currently being taught to do. They're taught to hustle for a big audience, but I call this slow track traffic. Now, your other option is to leverage existing audiences, and that is fast track traffic. So, fast track traffic, the main difference is that it does not limit you to selling only to your warm audience, AKA people who already know and follow you. It instead allows you to get in front of those right people that we were talking about, those problem aware people, by borrowing existing traffic sources. So, continuing with the same analogy, let's pretend this time you move your lemonade stand out of your neighborhood and instead you go park it on a high traffic corner where tens of thousands of people have conveniently gathered for an outdoor concert. Now, these people were already conveniently congregated for you, not because they came to that place to buy your lemonade, but because they were there for a different reason already, right? They were there to watch this concert, but your lemonade stand just happened to be where they already are. So when they inevitably get thirsty because it's a hot day, and your lemonade stand is just sitting there waiting to sell them a cool, refreshing drink, where do you think they're going to go? To your lemonade stand, right? And all these people, they're not going to follow you home to your neighborhood. They're not all your followers, but that doesn't mean that you can't land clients right now today. Is this making sense to you guys? Give me a yes if this is resonating, if you're having an aha moment. There is actually scientific research that shows that if you learn something new, if you have like a big takeaway or light bulb moment, if you type it or write it, it will actually help you solidify that memory in your brain. So I always tell people when you're watching a live training, if something sticks out to you, literally just paraphrase it and say it again in your own words in the chat, because that's going to help that really stick in your brain. Okay, I see a lot of yeses, a lot of 100%. Perfect. So here's a solution. Instead of relying on your own audience, you're going to find your dream clients in the communities where they already exist. And we'll talk about this a little bit more when we break down how to do that in the consistent clients cash flow system, which is coming later in this training. So let's keep moving for now. Mistake number 2. Mistake 2 is that you have tried to hit a big monthly income goal without a game plan that's actually customized to your business. Now, this is a big mistake because our businesses are all different, right? Not all of you charge the same price for your services. Not all of you offer the same service. So it's really important that you build a marketing plan that is custom to your business. And the problem without having a plan is that a dream without a plan is just a wish. So if you're trying to reach an income goal without a plan, it is literally like hopping in your car and taking random turns without knowing where your end destination is, but hoping and crossing your fingers that you'll still magically end up there. That wouldn't make any sense either, right? I wouldn't tell you, hey, just go in your car and just drive around aimlessly and take some random turns and, you'll end up where I am. Like, of course not. That wouldn't make any sense. So no matter how much time you spend driving or hustling in your business or marketing your business, you're just going to end up lost, frustrated, and out of gas if you don't know how to actually look at your own business numbers and understand what is working and what is not working. So the secret is that you first need to reverse engineer your income goal. So pull out your phone if you need a little help with math, because I for sure always do. So we're going to walk through these 3 quick money-making math equations. That's what I call them. Don't worry, there's nothing scary, no algebra, literally simple basic arithmetic. So let's start by figuring out how many clients you actually need to make $10,000 in 1 month. Now, of course, this masterclass is all about making your first 10K month. But if you are dreaming about something even bigger, if you're like, I want to make my first $20,000 month, great, just substitute that in. Or if you are on the opposite end of the spectrum and you're someone who is just starting out and you're like, hey, Ellen, I would really love to just make my first $1,000. Cool. You can substitute 10K for whatever income goal makes sense for you. Okay. I'm just going to use $10,000 for the purpose of walking you through this example. So $10,000 or whatever your income goal is divided by the price of your signature service or offer. If you don't have this nailed down yet, I just want you to think about if you could sell one of your offers to the most amount of people, what would that be? Like what service is that and what are you currently charging for that? So in this example, let's say my signature service is $1,000 a month. Let's just say, okay? So $10,000 divided by $1,000 would give me 10 as the answer. So 10 would be my monthly client goal. Everybody following so far? Awesome. All right, step 2, what is your sales conversion rate? So now we want to take the number of booked clients that you got in the last 30 days divided by the number of leads that you got in the last 30 days. So leads are people who gave you their information, who gave you their email and name, right? Or who hopped on a discovery call with you or had some sort of direct inquiry about your services. So for the sake of this example, let's pretend that in the last month, I landed 4 new clients and I talked to a total of 10 leads. So I would do 4 divided by 10, and that would give me 0.4, which is my decimal conversion rate. Now, 0.4 is 40%, right? That's my sales conversion rate. This is such an important number that most service providers, coaches, and creatives never think about. Never. And it is so important that you know this number like the back of your hand, because this number indicates to you what is working in your business and what is not. And you need to understand how what you're doing in your marketing strategies are actually impacting this number. So 0.4, just keep it in decimal form, right? Now, for equation number 3, you're just going to take your answer from step 1 and divide it by your answer from step 2. So 10 divided by 0.4 in my example would give me 25 as an answer. I totally cheated and did the math ahead of time. So that was not quick mental math like you might imagine. But 25 would be my monthly leads target. Okay? I want to know, what is your monthly leads target? So real quick, drop that in the chat for me. What is your monthly leads target? If you don't feel comfortable sharing in the chat, you can DM me instead. Just DM me your answer for extra accountability at Miss Ellen Yin on Instagram. But let me know what your current monthly leads target is. This is a number that you need to keep in your head because it's changing all the time. So this is why I wanted to teach you guys how to do this today so that you can repeat this process anytime you need to come up with a game plan for your new income goal. So again, the solution is that you are creating an income game plan with specific targets so you can base your marketing strategy on math, not on guessing and completing random tasks. All right, I'm going to take a quick sip of water before we hop into mistake number 3. Amy says she needs 8 leads, Jackie 30, Vicky 16, Tiki says 10, Rima 10, Yvonne 20, Jen 12. Awesome. This is all great. Doesn't this feel so much more realistic, you guys? Like knowing your numbers and actually being able to see it on paper and go, oh, okay, if I could just get 10 leads this month, I know based on what I'm charging and what my sales conversion rate is, I'm going to have a $10,000 revenue month. How empowering is that to know your numbers? All right, mistake number 3. You feel pressured to post every day because you've been told you have to be consistent if you want to book more clients. Who's heard that? Give me a virtual hand raise. I'm pretty sure we all have. I would be super surprised if you've been in this space for any amount of time and never heard this advice because it is everywhere. But here's the problem. If you build it, they will not necessarily come. This is not like that movie, Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will not necessarily come. So I'm going to use another analogy to showcase this point. So let's pretend that your Instagram account is this deserted, like back roads, country highway, right? 2-lane highway. We all know that drive. It's beautiful. So I'm saying deserted because I'm assuming that if you're here, if you showed up today, it's because you have you have a small audience and you want to learn how to scale a service with a small audience. So let's say that because you have a small audience, you also, on your highway, you don't have a lot of traffic. You don't have a lot of cars driving by. You don't have a lot of followers or visibility. So each time you create a post, right? Let's pretend in this scenario that you are putting up a billboard. So every time you post on Instagram, you're putting up a billboard on your highway. Now, let me ask you this. If you post every single day and you check that item off your list because you've been told to do that, and you put up 1,000 billboards stretching miles and miles and miles down this highway, but the same two cars drive by these 1,000 billboards of yours, do you think that is actually going to be what grows your business, what actually allows you to sign new clients consistently, to really start gaining momentum with your income? Probably not, right? Now imagine instead this time that you only posted 2 times. So you put up 2 strategic billboards. But instead of wasting all of your time coming up with new content to post every single day, you spent a fraction of that time, less than 30 minutes a day, focused on consistently connecting with the right people, with problem aware people, right? And bringing new traffic to your highway. So now this time, imagine that you only have 2 billboards up, but you lead 1,000 new cars past those 2 billboards. Do you think you'll be able to grow faster, to gain new clients, to grow your business using option A or option B? It becomes pretty clear, right? Almost immediately. Of course, it's going to be option B. Of course, if 1,000 people see your 2 billboards, that's going to have a way bigger impact on your business than 2 people seeing your 1,000 billboards. So I hope that this analogy really helps you see why this advice doesn't work if you have a small audience. So again, the secret is not to consistently post content. Consistency is important, but it's not consistent content that leads to consistent clients. It's actually consistent connection paired with evergreen content. That is what leads to consistent clients. That is the dynamic duo. So what the heck is evergreen content, right? We talked about this a little bit earlier. I briefly foreshadowed this. Evergreen content is content that is always relevant and timely to your dream clients. It doesn't matter if they find it the moment you post it or if they find it 6 months from now after going down a rabbit hole through your Instagram feed, right? It's always relevant. And more importantly, evergreen content strategically moves people from strangers to ready hot buyers. It moves people through the stages of awareness from totally unaware, don't know what you do, don't know they have this problem, aren't looking for a solution, to sold and ready to take action. Evergreen content doesn't rely on the Instagram algorithm to be seen because we all know when we post on Instagram, even if we have a great following, our content only reaches a fraction of our audience, right? So we become the traffic generators instead of relying on the Instagram algorithm to generate traffic for us. And evergreen content is always selling for you and sending you new leads, even when you're sleeping, on vacation, or haven't posted in weeks. So you no longer have to be chained to your phone. You no longer have to wake up in the middle of the night sweating because you're like, shoot, I forgot to schedule my post on Planoly for the next day, right? Or I forgot to hit publish, and you get to the end of a long work day and you're like, oh man, it's 5 p.m. and I haven't posted today. What should I say? That totally is removed from your life. Delete, right? Delete on things that do not bring you joy. So again, the solution is to simplify your marketing by creating evergreen content and driving the right traffic to it. All right. I'm going to ask you again, will you commit to this with me? Are you committed to making your first $10,000 month using the consistent clients cash flow system? Give me a yes, give me a count me in, whatever it is. If you didn't call your shot the first time because you were nervous, this is your second chance now. Share it with the world, declare it. This is yours, right? Yes. I love it. You guys are amazing. I love that you are showing up and being brave and calling your shots. I'm so proud of you. Yvonne says yes, because mama got bills. Amen. All right. Let's talk about the consistent clients cash flow system, my CCC system for short. I don't know if you are the same, but I am obsessed with alliteration. I just feel like my brain remembers things better when everything is the same letter, right? So consistent clients cash flow system, the 3 steps: connect, capture, convert. I really hope this helps, you easily remember this. This is the only method that you actually need to book clients on repeat with a step-by-step sales and marketing system. And I'm going to walk you today through the high level overview of every step that you're going to take when you implement and go through our CCC system. So, are you ready to take that journey with me? I hope if you're still here, the answer is yes. And I want you to imagine yourself, okay? Imagine that this is like post masterclass. It is day 1 of you applying the CCC system. And we are going to start with the first C, which is connect. So, when we shift your focus from constant content creation to consistent client connection, you're only going to spend your time on marketing strategies that actually lead to new clients, that actually give you cash flow. The connect method is your one-way ticket to finally get off the content hamster wheel. Thank God, right? No more content hamster wheel for any of us. Let's just make that pact with each other right now. So, first, your dream clients are going to give you the exact words that they want to hear in your evergreen content that will make them say, take my money, I'm sold, let's do this, right? And you're going to be able to get them to do all that hard work for you by completing our proven market research process. This is a process that I have done in my own business countless times, but not only that, hundreds and hundreds of people have used this exact same process to essentially get their dream clients to write their copy for them, to tell them exactly the words that they want to hear and need to know, the information they need to know in order to make it a heck yes. So we're going to turn your Instagram into a 24/7 billboard that instantly attracts the right people with magnetic messaging. You're going to be like this magnet pulling in your dream people, right? So that even if they are, driving on the proverbial highway of Instagram with all this noise, when they land on your profile, they're like, "Yep, I got to know what this person is all about." So, next, we're going to break down in the connect method. We're going to break down the 4 types of evergreen content and the stages of awareness that you need to move someone to, from total stranger to eager client who picks you and your service as their number 1 choice. This is how you are going to get rid of price shoppers, okay? No more price shoppers, no more people who are just trying to pick the cheapest option for the service. No more wondering how you're going to charge more or basing your service price on the number of hours you work. That is such an employee mindset. You got to get out of that. So we're going to make this crystal clear for you on exactly how you are going to implement evergreen content into your marketing strategy. Now, instead of waiting months to grow your own audience while your cash flow stalls, again, that's the slow track traffic, right? Think back to that lemonade analogy, that lemonade stand analogy. Instead of doing that, you're going to get clients ASAP, by learning how to leverage existing audiences on Instagram as an instant traffic generator. Again, if you go back to that lemonade stand analogy, that is like when you were parked on that high traffic corner at that outdoor concert. So the connect method is going to show you where your dream clients are already hanging out on Instagram. We're going to show you where to find those people and how to authentically get their attention and bring new eyeballs to your content and profile every single day without ever cold pitching. This is so important. I wish I should have put it in all caps, right? We are not about that life. We are not sliding into people's DMs and being like, "Hey, I think you should buy my service." No, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of that. So this is going to allow you to never feel pressured again to show up every single day on every single platform, creating new content 24/7 like a robot, right? Because you're not. You have a life, right? You have other things to do with your business. And you're going to be able to tell Facebook and Instagram how and where to find your replicas of your dream people, so that again, you can turn on the traffic. It's like traffic on demand. So the connect method is the traffic generator that is specifically designed for scrappy entrepreneurs like you, like I was 3-4 years ago when I started out with nothing, with small audiences. And just to really, really encourage you, the majority of our members who have reached that 10K month milestone have less than 1,000 followers on Instagram and 0 email list. Okay. So if this is still the thing in your head that's holding you back, if you truly believe, no, Ellen, like truly the reason I haven't hit my 10K month is because I don't have enough followers. This right here, this fact is literally proof that that's not true. The majority, and I really do mean 80 to 90% of the members that we've worked with that have reached that 10K month milestone with us, they have less than 1,000 followers. And to be honest, with our Connect method, you're going to be too busy making profits to really care about being popular on Instagram, right? Because unless you're a full-time influencer and that's how you make your money, who cares? Who cares if you're popular on Instagram? You want to have a profitable business. That's more important. Okay, so Jennifer, again, she's living proof that this is possible because she landed her first client for a brand new financial consulting business with less than 100 followers. So she said, this gave me the kick in the pants and the structure process to launch the service business I had been ruminating on for the last year. 1 month into using the consistent clients cash flow system, and I have my first paying clients. So 1 month in with less than 100 followers, she starts getting her first paid clients. And this is crazy because so this testimonial I actually grabbed from a year ago. Jennifer just completed her year with us in August, so 2 months ago, right? And by the time she had left, she was making $28,000 months. So from starting in, she said it was funny because she lives in New Zealand, right? She was like, I literally started this business in lockdown. No income, no clients. And now New Zealand, I think they went back into lockdown in August or something. And she was like, and it's so crazy that we're kind of like in a similar life scenario again as we were last year. But now in August 2021, she was making $28,000 months. So imagine what you could do in a year from now. April is another amazing entrepreneur that I've met, and she is a speaker and the best way to describe April, she's a serial entrepreneur. And she not only made a $10,000 month, she actually had 3 $10,000 days in September. And the thing that I really loved that she said is you gave me permission to not get caught up in the algorithm hype and post 50 million times a day. I think that it is so stressful to live and die by this algorithm that you have zero control over, right? Let's let go and release the need to control something that is completely outside of our control. So if you needed to hear this message today, if this is the only thing you take away and this reduces your anxiety around marketing yourself and your business, awesome. I just want you to know you have the permission to not get caught up in the algorithm hype, just like April didn't. And then Jen is a copywriter and a user experience designer. So the reason I'm sharing with you these different stories is because I want you to see this is not specific to one type of service, one type of niche or industry. These are women from all walks of life, from all different types of service-based businesses who are showing up and able to use this system to successfully reach their revenue goals, right? So Jen actually 10x'd her monthly income in 90 days. I will always remember her because she literally joined Cubicle to CEO on literally the day that she quit her 9 to 5. I still remember she was in the live chat and she told all of us, all these strangers at the time, right? She was like, hey, I just want you to know after this class, I'm literally walking into my boss's office and turning in my notice. And I was mind blown. I still remember quitting my job. So it's just such a special milestone for people to go fully self-employed. But she went from making less than $500 a month to $5,000 a month in less than 3 months. And she said, I love the consistent clients cash flow system because I'm connecting and generating leads daily. So I know I won't have a dry spell in my business. All right. So we have now arrived at the second step in the CCC system. We talked about Connect. I'm walking you through, right? So you already know what you've done by the time you've completed that first step. Now at the second step, now that you're driving new traffic to your profile and content on a daily basis, you need a reliable system to turn those connections into qualified leads. So when you sell from scratch every time, landing clients is unpredictable and difficult to replicate, right? I mean, how are you going to create enough consistent income to make your first $10,000 month if you are leaving landing clients to randomness and chance? That just seems like a gamble that you don't want to play. So using our capture method, you're actually going to send everyone, no matter what traffic source they came from, you're going to send everyone to one streamlined lead generator. And that is filling out your client application form to schedule a discovery call. So the client application form actually pre-qualifies your leads before you hop on the call with them. So you can stop attracting discount shoppers who are not your ideal clients. And our capture method, right? Again, if you're envisioning going through this, it's going to actually walk you exactly step by step through how to set up your leads generator and the exact questions that you need to include on your form to easily convert your leads into ready to buy clients on the discovery call. This is such an important piece of the sales process. If you just skip straight to that call and you do not do this and you do not ask the right questions, your chances of increasing your sales conversion rate are nada. Okay. It's not going to happen. So this is actually the missing piece in a lot of people's sales processes is they don't know the right questions to ask before somebody gets on the call with them. So we've done so much testing. We've literally tested this with our own service-based business and the hundreds of discovery calls that I've done with clients. I've also tested this again with all these other people's businesses who have very diverse services to see which questions are the winners. And we're giving that to all of you so that you don't have to go through the months and years of trying to figure it out yourself. So April, she is a website designer who actually went from charging only $250 for building out a website to landing her first $12,000 client. So she is someone who joined this program right after she had her second son. She was super nervous. She had a stagnant business, wasn't working while she was on maternity leave. And then within her first month, she actually signed 3 new clients and made back her entire annual investment. Plus, her website traffic literally quadrupled. So she said, Ellen gave me the confidence to go from charging $250 for a website to now landing $7,500 clients and recently a $12,000 client. I reached my 10K month milestone with less than 500 followers. So again, the recurring theme here is that you do not need a large following in order to achieve these income milestones. You just need the right system and to strategically market yourself. Sarah is a social media manager and she wrote in and said, I was chasing my tail with my new business until I found Cubicle to CEO. I can actually take what you teach and directly apply it today. It is a system with tangible tasks to set me up for actually hitting my goals. And I did it. I made over $11,000 in August. I never would have dreamed I'd get here within 8 months of starting a business last Christmas. So Sarah started a business with her sister Christmas last year. So Christmas 2020, right? And then she joined Cubicle to CEO, I think in March, sometime in March of this year. By August, she had gone from making like less than $2,000 to $3,000 a month to making her first $11,000 month. So that was in 5 months that she made that huge leap. And I know that this is possible for you guys too. And then Felicia, who again is someone in a completely different industry, right? Felicia is a wedding photographer. She actually made over $35,000 in 90 days. And the coolest part about Felicia's story is she actually started getting inquiries from brides from out of state saying that they wanted to work with her. So she's flown all over the place to Disney World. Actually, she's moving to Florida in a few months. She has flown to Hawaii. She's done shoots all over the place from people who have discovered her from Instagram. So she was no longer limited to just her local clientele for wedding photo shoots. And like I said, $35,000 in 90 days. But what I love about what she said is that the connections that I have made in the group are priceless too. I think that one of the most undersold parts of any community or any program is actually the relationships that you make with your peers. So I love that she called that piece out. Okay, I'm going to take another quick drink of water, and then we're going to finish out the CCC system with that third step, which is convert. Jordan, allergic to complicated, yes. Let's be honest, we all have like a lazy entrepreneur on the inside, right? Like we work hard for our goals, but secretly we all want the simplest path of least resistance to get there. So I am with you. Okay, so step 3, convert. By now, you have connected with your ideal client, you've captured their information on a client application form, and now you have a discovery call scheduled to see if you're a good fit to work together. So, the convert method is our proven sales generator that helps you easily convert your leads to clients without any slimy tactics, without weeks of back and forth negotiation and waiting for them to respond to your email, or feeling like you have to justify your prices every single time you get on a call, because that's no fun, right? And here's a secret to being non salesy. Instead of trying to convince people to hire you, I want you to shift your role in your mind to being a guide. So you are simply trying to help someone find the best solution for their problem or desire, whether the best solution is you or something else. And when done right, selling should always feel like a collaboration, not a coercion. Write that down. Selling should feel like a collaboration, not a coercion. So I'm going to do another quick pulse check with you guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you currently about sales calls or selling in general right now? 1 to 10, if you had to rate yourself on how confident, how well you do it, what would that be? And then if you mastered sales, if you were able to at minimum double your current sales conversion rate. So let's say, remember when we did that money making math and you were like, oh, some of you were like, I have a 20% conversion rate or 40%. Imagine if you were able to literally almost overnight, right? Like within this week, double your current sales conversion rate. How much additional revenue would be added to your business just from that one factor alone? And keep in mind, when you double your sales conversion rate, you're not having to increase your traffic. You're not having to increase your followers. You're not even having to increase your leads. I'm just saying, if you talk to the exact same amount of people that you did last month, but instead of converting only 20% of them, you converted 40% of them, or instead of converting 40% of them, you converted 80% of them, how many additional clients and how much additional revenue would you have gotten in your business? And how much are you currently leaving on the table because you don't know how to sell and make it feel of service, right? Okay, I see some people who are really confident in sales and then some people who said no confidence at all. So I'm really, really glad that you guys are, kind of all over the spectrum, because I think there's always room for improvement, right? Nobody is a true, 100% or a 10 or perfect at anything. So I think we always have room to grow in these skill sets. So here's a little taste of what our convert method looks like in action. There's obviously a lot more detailed breakdowns and messaging scripts and all these examples that we just don't have time to go through in a 1-hour masterclass together. But just to give you a taste of this, right? It's important to start with a 30-second easy yes. I give you a surefire way to start your conversation off with your potential client on a great note, in agreement, in collaboration. We're starting off strong. And that first yes creates trust, right? Every single yes is like a micro conversion. It's like building trust from the very beginning. We're on the same team, we're on the same page, working together, and it makes all the other yeses in the conversation so much easier. The next thing you have to keep in mind is you want to spend the majority of the time on a sales call listening, 90% of the time, I would say. And the only time that you open your mouth to talk, it is not to word vomit on people. It is not to describe every single little feature of what you are offering and try to convince them and pull teeth for them to hire you, right? Instead, again, you are approaching this conversation as a guide, and you're going to use the application form that we create together in step 2 to actually guide your conversation, to ask the right questions, to clarify things, to dig a little further. So no more getting cotton mouth, no more feeling nervous that you're going to say the wrong thing, because you're not having to prepare this whole presentation. You're having a conversation. That's really important. Next, you want to offer a specific service recommendation. This is what is going to set you apart as an expert instead of a commodity. Okay. If you just give someone a pricing menu or send them to some random web page being like, hey, here's all the possible things I could do for you, now you're just a commodity. Now people are just back to price shopping you again, right? Like, oh, well, you offer this for $500, but I could find someone else to do it for $250. You want to position yourself as an expert, and we're going to show you how to really do that and stand out as someone's number one choice, not just one of many choices. And then lastly, we're going to provide you the objection crushers cheat sheet, and every every resource and tool you need to help potential clients move forward and make the right decision for them. You'll notice that I said here to make the right decision for them. Making the right decision sometimes means not working with you, right? And the sooner you can learn to accept that, not only accept, but embrace that and really see your role as giving people all the information they need to make the right decision for them to confidently move forward, you've already won. You've already won the sales game. And that's my goal every day too, right? I want to make sure that we get as many people off the fence as possible, because being on the fence is like the worst place to be in a business, because when you're on a fence, you're stuck, you're not moving, you're not doing anything productive. So whether the answer is yes or no, both are equally positive outcomes. And I want you guys to really embrace that. Okay, so Megan, she's an online personal trainer who literally went from 0 clients to 3 clients with a 100% conversion rate on calls. So she wrote, I was not making any income with my business before I joined Cubicle to CEO. I was tired of constantly fighting the stress and anxiety of putting out content with it leading nowhere but compliments and thank yous. I bet some of you can relate to this, right? If you are constantly putting out content and you're sharing value and you're posting how to's, you might be getting a lot of great engagement from people being like, oh, thanks for the tip. This is really great. But if none of them are actually deciding to work with you or become your clients, what is that really doing for your business? So that's where Megan was at, right? She was putting a lot of value, a lot of content out there, but it wasn't leading her to any sales. And then she said, only a few weeks after joining, I had my first 3 discovery calls and I closed every single one. I went from $0 to $1,200, a mind-blowing jump. I wanted to share to encourage those who may feel defeated like I was. Trust the process that Ellen gives you and be confident. So I hope that is encouraging to any of you who may be in a similar place as Megan today. Jen, actually, I'm really excited. Jen is here visiting in Oregon this week. So she is a fitness coach, and she had a client pay her almost $2,000 while she was still on the discovery call with them. So she said, I signed on a new paid in full client who literally sent me money while we were still on the call. It was crazy because I didn't really say anything at all. Again, you should not be the main person talking on a discovery call. So she said, I wasn't really saying much at all, but she was so ready to commit no matter what the cost was. And then the last person I want to introduce you to is Kayla. She is the owner of a math tutoring company, and her story inspires me so much because Kayla is an educator in the regular in-person world, right? She is a teacher, a math teacher. And she went from having no sales or marketing experience because she works in a traditional school system, right? You're not running your own business typically as a math teacher. But she decided she could help more students by bringing her math expertise and her tutoring services online. So she went from having 0 experience in marketing or sales to actually being able to take her skills from classroom to CEO. And then she said, I hired an accountant yesterday, and when I was going over my financial statements from January to February, I increased my gross revenue by 750%, and I replaced my income from my teaching job in just 1 month. That absolutely blew my mind, you guys, when I read this, because for someone to be able to take their love for something they already do and be able to impact more lives, but not only that, actually replace their full-time income with their online business in such a short period of time, I will never get tired of hearing those stories, because that is what inspires me every day to keep going and keep teaching more people. Okay. So if you take away just one thing from our time together, I want you to know deep in your heart that you can make your first $10,000 month from a one-on-one service without chasing followers, without posting nonstop, without compromising on your pricing and your client standards. And the big question I have for you is, are you ready to take action and apply this framework to your own business so you can make your first 10K month this year or in early 2022, right? Are you ready? All of you who called your shot, who said, yes, I'm ready, I'm committed, I'm doing this. Are you going to actually take action today instead of just sitting on that, right? Are you ready to ditch that Kirk approach for good? Okay, now we're recording. If you're ready to dive into the system and start applying it in your business today, I want to invite you to join us in my 12-month program, Cubicle to CEO. So you can go to ellenyin.com/enroll-Jordan. My team will also drop that link for you in the chat right now so that you can click over to that. And this is going to be a quick overview of exactly what you get inside our program, because I want you to feel fully confident in making the right decision for you, right? That is what we are all about here. So your Cubicle to CEO membership includes access to our CCC system, where I'm actually going to take you step by step through implementing all the pieces that we just talked about. So getting your customized game plan that takes all of the guesswork out of making your first 10K month, positioning your service and pricing as a no-brainer so you never have to discount your rates to land clients again, turning your Instagram into a magnet for your dream clients, leveraging evergreen content to sell for you so that you don't have to stress about posting every day anymore, generating new leads, even if you have a tiny following, and making selling feel fun, easy, and of service. And your membership, this is not just another DIY course where you're left to your own devices. We want to actually give you 12 months of live coaching and community with direct access to me. So you get all the benefits of direct coaching with me without the expensive price tag. And if you get stuck while you're implementing any of these pieces, we can workshop your problem together on one of our biweekly live Zoom calls, just like we're all doing here. And the bonus is that I love bringing in top experts from my network to also host guest workshops to support your continued growth. So, in addition to those twice a month Zoom calls where you can hop on video and we can actually workshop your questions live, you'll also get 12 months of ongoing daily support inside our community. So this means you get a personalized response to every single question within 24 to 48 hours. I know there's a ton of Facebook groups out there for programs where you'll ask a question and weeks will go by, right, before you hear anything. And by the time they give you an answer, your problem is no longer relevant. For us, we are super determined to make sure that every single member gets an answer to their question within that 48 time window. So this is a collaborative, safe community inside our group to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs who are working toward the exact same goal as you. And this is an amazing place to meet your business besties, your referral partners, confidants. We've even had members hire each other for their different client services. So we are here for you every single step of the way. And Amanda, one thing that she said is she described her experience as having an entire team in her corner for a year. So it was not like other programs where, you were expected to be able to just implement and achieve the result in 6 weeks and then you were left to your own devices. She actually had an entire year to ask for help, to get support, and to really have an entire team in her corner. And then your membership, lastly, also includes this amazing feature that we just love celebrating and using our platform to amplify voices of other business owners and to get your business out there in front of more people, right? So this is our 10K Hall of Fame and podcast feature. And when you reach that 10K month, we actually do an entire business profile on you. We link to your website, we link to your social media so that forevermore people can find you. They know that you're one of our trusted, recommended service providers for whatever service you provide. I also invite you to come on my award-winning Cubicle to CEO podcast so that you can share more of your story. In fact, I'm doing one of these 10K month interviews tonight, right after this call. So you get a chance to share your story on my podcast, on my platform. We send out an email bragging about you, sharing about your business to our list of over 20,000 people. So everything we can do to amplify your business and to celebrate your milestone with you, we are doing for you here. And then lastly, I asked you at the beginning to choose a free gift, right? When you, would you want the sales story shadow or the IG growth audit? So this is your chance to actually claim that. When you enroll in the next 15 minutes, you automatically get your choice of either one. And my team will actually follow up with you personally when they see your enrollment come through and ask you which one you want so that you can redeem that offer. So you're probably wondering, all right, this all sounds great. I want to jump in. What is the price? We wanted to make this super accessible for anyone who is determined and committed to making this 10K month. So you can get started today for just $260. And again, the link is ellenyin.com/enroll-jordan. And we're going to, again, drop it in the chat for you so that you have it right there. But our 5 payment plan means that you can get started. You can pay $260 today and then 4 more payments of that $260. And you can get started enrolling and crushing it right away in your first 30 days. Or if you're someone like me where you prefer to get the biggest discount possible, then I would recommend doing our pay in full option, because for under $1,000, for $970, you get access to our program for an entire year. And your minimum ROI, guys, is 10x, right? Like if you're going to even make one $10,000 month during your year with us, that's already a 10 times return on your investment. So we wanted to make this a total no brainer for all of you. Now, the question, like I said, isn't whether you're going to make your money back. It is how many times over you are going to be able to make this back. So are you willing to invest in your business today to make a 10 times return on your investment? And keep in mind, your purchase can be a tax write-off for your business. Most of our members do use their program purchase as a tax deduction. You just have to check with your CPA, check with your accountant, and ask them, can I use this as an ongoing education tax deduction? So make sure you take advantage of that if you can. And if you paid that $260 today, if you started on that payment plan, how many clients realistically would it actually take you to make that investment back? I'm willing to bet for a lot of you, it is literally less than one client. So it really comes down to, are you determined to actually use this framework? And is this framework the right fit for you? Do you feel aligned with the methodology, right? So Bonnie is another amazing member of ours who is a registered dietitian. She actually surpassed her 10K month goal and made $14,000. And she said, it's been 6 months since I quit my job. And in February, she missed that 10K mark, but by March, she had surpassed it and made $14,000 gross. And she said, I like that this program is longer, so I have more time to apply and then come back with questions, which is something we hear over and over again, that support piece is so crucial. So this is my intention for you. This will be the last and only program that you need to invest in to reach that 10K month milestone with one-on-one clients. If you are trying to scale a service, and it doesn't matter if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you are a creative, if you offer a done for you service, if you're trying to scale a service to 10K, this is the last program you need. And if you're ready to get started today and claim that fast action bonus, we're going to open it up for Q&A. Again, you can head to ellenyin.com/enroll-Jordan. And as long as you enroll within these 15 minutes, you will get your choice of either the sales story shout out or the IG growth audit as that bonus gift. You have 2 payment options. And I am so sorry, I lost all the questions when the when the tech exploded on us. So I don't have the questions from our live chat anymore, but I would love to open it up for Q&A here. And since we're on Zoom, if you guys want to unmute and ask a question, or if you want to just drop it in the chat, either way, I'm happy to answer as many as I can in the next few minutes. So let's see. I'm going to open up the chat. Oh, okay. Dr. Lola Day, you said you feel like what you really need is delegation. Ooh, that's a really good one. So the beautiful thing about learning a system, which I'm sure you know if you're part of Jordan's world, right, is that once you've learned a system, you can delegate a system. That's what makes a system powerful. Instead of just grasping at straws and doing all these random social media strategies that you're not really sure what's actually bringing you clients, when you have a repeatable, proven system, once you've learned the system, you can offboard it to someone else. You can outsource it, right? If you have a virtual assistant, if you eventually hire an employee, if you learn our traffic generator, you learn our leads generator and sales generator. The leads generator, first of all, you only have to set up one time, and it literally takes 15 minutes. And then your traffic generator, you can take that process and give it to someone else to generate traffic for you. And then with your sales generator, if you don't want to be on the sales calls, eventually you can outsource that too. So that's the beauty of a really well proven system. So I hope that helps. Okay, Jen asks, what if we have a really niche audience? I work with virtual summit hosts and speakers, for example. Jen, that's a great question. We have had members in literally like every niche imaginable. The most random niches I have never even heard of, honestly, have come through our program. So for yours, actually, I actually know what your niche is. So that's great. That's a good sign, right? And then as far as virtual summit hosts and speakers, there are so many of those people already hanging out on Instagram, and people who are not yet summit hosts or speakers who want to be, right? There's so many potential people to tap into there too. So your niche is definitely not too small. I always tell people, if your ideal clients hang out online, and if they hang out online, they likely hang out on Instagram too. If they exist on Instagram, then this will work for you, right? Obviously, if your audience or your potential clients do not hang out online at all, then this would not work for you. But as long as they do, which if they host virtual summits and they speak in virtual summits, they do, then it's a great fit. Okay. I think, let me see who else. Oh, you guys can't see my face. Let me start my video. Hi. Hello, everybody. All right. Mickey asked, will the system still work for me if I'm currently transitioning from retainer clients to VIP days? Mickey, that's a great question. So it really comes down to, are you going to sell your VIP days through a discovery call? Like, does someone need to book a discovery call in order for them to work with you as a VIP day client? If the answer is yes, that sales process is still aligned, then it doesn't matter what your in service is, whether you're doing a VIP day or retainer clients. Your service, you can custom tailor to whatever makes sense for what you're offering in your business, right? Does that help? Perfect. Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Oh, Yolanda asked, how do you know that the audience is problem aware? Great question. So, you know, what audience is problem aware when they're already actively engaging with a certain topic or posting or following people who are posting about a topic that you also post about, right? So, for example, let's say, okay, so like last year, I spoke at my friend Tyler McCall's Online Business Association Summit, right? If I wanted to tap into a pool of online business owners speaking at a summit, or if I were to get in front of his audience for that particular event, I already know those people are problem aware, because you're not going to be attending the Online Business Association summit or conference if you're not an online business owner, right? I'm not going to attract random people who aren't already problem aware, aren't already looking for solutions to grow their online business. So that's what I mean by problem aware. How can you leverage existing communities and audiences and traffic sources that have already been pooled for you, have already been grown for you, so that you can tap into those borrowed sources first and then simultaneously be building your own audience on the back end. Now, the beautiful thing about that is it no longer creates this pressure of, I need to grow my audience first before I can sell, right? You can slowly be building your audience over time because it's a long-term marketing strategy, but you're still able to get clients in the door and get cash flow today. So I hope that helps you kind of think through that. Yolanda, I think your target audience of online coaches with small teams are actually the majority of online coaches. The most of the coaches that I know do not have large teams. And I'm not sure what you consider a large team, but almost every coach I know either is a solopreneur or they only have 1 to 2 team members. So even though, yes, that is a specific niche, I would not say it is a small one by any means. Okay, Jen asked, what are the average results? Not just the outliers, because, of course, of the folks who are part of the membership. Oh, this is such a hard question to answer. And I truly mean this as transparently as possible, because every single person and every single business is completely different, right? And your results are completely of your own creation. I know that this framework works. It's been proven many times. So this is not something where, it's a matter of, does the framework or does the method work? The method absolutely works. But as far as your own service, your own, application, your willingness to show up, to ask questions, to try things, to get out of your comfort zone, all of those things are unique factors that I unfortunately just don't have control over. So what I really believe, if you've been following me for any amount of time, then you know this, I'm always very transparent when it comes to sales, because I want you guys to know that I am not going to be the savior of your business. Neither is my program. So I will never, ever tell you, hey, if you just buy this today, I'm going to guarantee you these results just to get you to purchase a program. I feel like that's super unethical. I would never do that because the truth is, I don't want you to even go into a program with the mindset that someone outside of yourself is responsible for creating your success, right? You're the entrepreneur, you're the business owner, the leader. And my goal is not to enroll people who then feel dependent on me or anybody else for their success. Because if that were true, then they would never leave my program, right? They would always feel like they have to stay with me in order to have success. What I desire is to mentor entrepreneurs who feel super confident and empowered to make the right business decisions far after they've graduated our program, for people to continue scaling businesses with the strategies that they've learned in the framework and the way that I think about decisions, to be able to adopt all those skill sets and be able to move forward beyond 10K months. Like I said, many of our members have scaled far beyond 10K months with us during the program and after the program. And so I think it's really important to ask yourself, what are you unsure about that you're not sure you'll be able to have that success or to reach that goal? What are your hesitations about your own business that you're not sure this will work for you? And if you have a specific hesitation, we can definitely talk about that. But that's a long way of saying, I hope all of you walk away from this presentation understanding that no program is ever going to save you. No coach will ever save you. You are truly the creator of your success and your results. And I believe in all of you 1,000% and your ability to do that, regardless of whether you join Cubicle to CEO or not. So I hope that helps. Oh, shout out to Samantha, Brittany, and Lanisha. Welcome to Cubicle to CEO. We're so excited to have you. I can't wait to get to know you over the next year. Mickey, welcome. I'm so excited for you, Mickey. Yolanda, you said, I have all the foundations. I just need help with the content aspect. Awesome. You're going to love our section on evergreen content then, because I think learning how to create magnetic copy and content that actually moves people towards making a buying decision, right? Which is what we're all trying to do when we are marketing our businesses or our services. That is a lifelong skill you can take with you, again, long after you have left our program. So if that is a specific thing that you need help with, I would love to be able to help you with that inside our program, inside the Cubicle to CEO framework. 5 more minutes, you guys, to get that fast action bonus. And I'll stay on for the full 5 minutes so that it's fair, right? I know we've had all these tech issues. So thank you to all of you who have stayed on, and anyone who we didn't catch. Hopefully, if you're seeing this on the replay, we will have stitched together the two video pieces so that it doesn't feel super jarring to any of you, but I appreciate all of you. This is the reality of entrepreneurship, guys, right? Nothing ever goes exactly according to plan. And so being able to roll with the punches and being able to just show up as you are and be honest about it, I think is so important. And I hope that seeing, kind of our tech meltdown today, that encourages all of you who may be scared to put yourself out there because you're like, what if I don't do it perfectly? Or what if something fails? Well, I mean, I could see that as a failure, right? Like what happened today with the tech issue, but knowing that, hey, if I just keep showing up, if I keep open communication, you're just going to evolve. This is going to be a good thing for you. So anyways, that's a tangent, but um Jen, welcome. That's so exciting. Yay. I'm really excited for you to launch your VIP days. Jordan is amazing. So I'm really glad that you kind of get to combine both of those pieces, creating that offer with her and then being able to market it with our help. Welcome. All right, 3 minutes left. Any other questions from you guys? Any other questions? Julie Ann says, I don't think my people are on Instagram. Julianne, can you clarify who your people are? Let's talk about that. Dossie or Andy, do you guys remember any other questions that may have come in earlier from the chat in Webinar Jam that we missed? Because I want to make sure I address those questions too. Julianne, you said business owners with cancer. Ooh, that is that is a tough one. Not because like they don't exist on Instagram, but just that's a heavy thing, right? That people are going through with that. So okay, how do I break this down? Business owners with cancer most certainly exist on Instagram, right? When you think about Instagram, I don't know what the most recent stats are, but last I checked, Instagram has over 1 billion active users a month, which is insane. So I know that somewhere in those 1 billion people, there are absolutely business owners who either are recovering from cancer or have gone through cancer that you could reach, right, with your content. Those people, even though they have cancer or have been through cancer, cancer is not necessarily what defines them. That's just one piece of who they are as people, right? So it doesn't mean that just because they've experienced that they don't hang out on Instagram or they don't have lives outside of that. So I hope that kind of helps frame your thoughts around whether they, are active on Instagram, because I'm willing to bet that the answer is yes. In fact, I myself personally know many business owners who either have had cancer themselves or had someone in their family who's experienced that, who are active Instagram users. So I hope that helps. Yolanda, welcome. We're so excited to have you. Oh, Jillian asked to review the sales conversion rates. Yeah. Jillian, are you on here right now? What was your exact question about sales conversion rates? I don't think I see anything in this chat. Okay, Jillian, in case you're watching the replay, I don't know what specifically you wanted to know about the sales conversion rates, but if you're looking for those 3 money making math equations, the replay, when it gets sent out, well, I guess if you're watching this, you're watching the replay, so you already know, you can rewind and watch that piece of it. But if you have like a specific question about your numbers, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Miss Ellen Yin, and we can absolutely talk about your numbers. All right, 15 seconds left. Who else is jumping in before the fast action bonus runs out? We're doing like the countdown. It feels like New Year's. 5 seconds left. Anyone else? All right. Thank you again to all of you for hanging out, even with all of these tech issues. I super appreciate your time. I know it's so valuable. And thank you to Jordan for inviting your amazing community to hang out today. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to DM me at Miss Ellen Yin. I'd love to chat with you, and we will send out this replay. So anything that you missed and want to go back to, we'll make sure that you are able to do that. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.